All right, let's start off the Porky Pig Pizza. For that, we're going to need a crust. Basically, what I've got here is I've got the my KitchenAid mixer bowl, and I'm going to add water that's about 115 to 110 degrees. Use my old thermometer here. I think I pulled it a little hot. Now it's time to add the yeast, which is either a 0.25 ounce packet or I think it's like 3/4 of a teaspoon, whatever it says on the side of the jar. It'll have the directions. And let this stand for 10 minutes. Oh, also add a teaspoon of sugar so the yeast has a little snack. All right, time for the next step. All right, and after 10 minutes, you can see that the yeast has a great, beautiful bloom on it. The yeast will take about 10 minutes to achieve this. And I'm going to add 2.5 cups of flour. And we'll do the rest of the ingredients on the mixer. Okie dokie. You can see I've got the flour in there. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. There's a teaspoon of salt in there. Got the dough hook on. Low speed. And you're going to want to do this till everything comes together in a ball. Takes roughly somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. Just depends. And then you're going to want to cover this and allow it to rise. That'll take about an hour on the countertop. You can do a cold rise in the fridge. That'll take a couple of days. But then you're going to want to basically punch it down, let it rise one more time, and then it should be ready to become pizza. Okay, now we're entering the big debate part of pizza. And that is the sauce. Outside of, the big debate on crust thickness, the sauce. Should it be a virgin sauce or can you cook it? In this instance, I decided to cook the sauce a little bit. There are some people that swear it should be virgin, which means never a pot with 1 garlic clove and letting the garlic get a little brown. Then I'm going to add a can of crushed tomatoes, a 28-ounce can. And I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of sugar just to get rid of that tinniness. I do add salt and pepper to this, but I would watch it on the salt because of the salt from the tomatoes. A 6-ounce can of tomato paste is going in here right now, too. Which, again, the crushed tomatoes are salty. Tomato paste is super salty. But you got to add a little salt and, of course, pepper. Pepper goes in anything. Anybody who tells you that pepper doesn't belong in a dish, fucking shove the pepper mill up their ass. Pepper belongs on damn near everything. There's your basil and oregano. And, again, a little salt and, of course, pepper. And then just stir this around. Oh, I also added a pinch of red pepper flakes, too. And then just stir this around on a very low heat. Again, you don't really want this to really cook, but again, about a medium-low heat for about, 30, 35, maybe even 40 minutes. Just till you feel it's done. And, of course, stir this around. Don't leave it like this, like a jackass. But you get the point. All right, on to the next step. Okay, as you can see, the dough is ready to go. I did my best. Yeah, it's not the prettiest looking thing in the world. But what do you want? This is like the 3rd pizza I've made, like, from scratch. Anyway, you can see the sauce got a little thick and moving on in there. Now it's time to add all the piggy ingredients. Every one of them, Porky. You got your sausages. You got your fucking bacon. You got your pepperoni. And hey, vegan teacher, if pig wasn't delicious, I wouldn't eat it, so it's the pig's fault. Fuck the pig. Now on top of that, we're going to have some mozzarella cheese. And if my fat ass could hurry up, we could get to the rest of the shit. Now, we're going to have some little pepperonis. Oh yes, an entire pig farm had to die for this pie. And now we're going to add some Canadian bacon. Which, if you don't know where that comes from, American bacon actually comes from the belly. Canadian bacon, I think, comes from the back of the pig. So, I got the belly and the back. And by the way, this is why you wanted a lot of sauce on that, because the sauce actually has to cut through all this shit. And now another layer of cheese. At least I think that was big pepperoni and not salami. Ah, well. And into a 500-degree oven it went. For 15 minutes or so it stayed till the cheese was nice and bubbly and the crust was done. And pizza we did have. Now the only thing left to do is slice it up. And that is the Porky Pig Pizza. Done. And yes, this pizza was really delicious, but literally one slice was pretty much damn near filled me up.